going on, people of YouTube? It is your boy G coming for another video, and today I'm going to be giving my thoughts and topics about Anime Expo. If you know, Anime Expo is one of my biggest anticipated events to go to every year. I've been going since 2014. I am that old, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to hit 30. Anyway, Anime Expo is coming up. Super excited. I'm gonna be cosplaying. I'm gonna be vlogging. If you haven't followed or subscribed to the GD1 channel, what are you doing? Go subscribe now. And also Gurbani Collections, because I might bring that back, who knows. But one thing that we all need to agree on, that Anime Expo has become its own juggernaut when it comes to conventions and anime conventions in general, because it's just a conglomerate of just things now. As for someone who's been going for so long, you start to notice things, how like from the beginning, it was kind of a geek cultural things. Now it's just like a fashion aesthetic thing, bringing people from all circles of life that just happens to like anime. Now listen, I'm not a gatekeeper, regardless of what some people in my friend group might say. I'm not a gatekeeper when it comes to some things, but sometimes you have that idea in your head like maybe we should gatekeep some things. Now let me explain. Now, I'm not gonna be the first one that says it, but I'm not gonna be the last one who says it. Anime Expo has a problem, and we all, as a collective, as a community, has to realize and accept the fact that it has a problem. But that doesn't mean we can't fix the problem. Like, it's about that time again where from casual anime watchers to very experienced anime enjoyers all come together and have the same idea to make the trip to the hellscape that is Los Angeles, my home city, for a 5-day event, all to be cram-packed in one place with over 50,000 people are there. And you know I'm talking about Anime Expo, the true plateau when it comes to capitalism invading the anime community. And surely enough, it didn't used to be like that. But over the years and one pandemic later, it has become one of the biggest conventions in North America. Let me say that again. One of the biggest conventions in North America. And that's a problem that I'm going to be discussing in today's video, and a lot of other problems in Anime Expo in general in this video. So sit back, grab your waifu pillow. It's time to talk about weebs. So let me start from the beginning. It all began in 1992, July 3rd to the 6th. The first Anime Expo was held, and it was at the Red Line Hotel in San Jose, California, and many of its original staff from AnimeCon, an anime convention held in San Jose in 1991, later absorbed by the SPJA in 1992. And in 1994, Anime Expo will make a location change to Los Angeles, and it will stay there for about 30 years. And it has been an LA-based convention. And for any other conventions that want to have that type of like leeway into being a bigger convention, I think it's best to have a permanent location. Like, look at San Diego Comic-Con, another really big convention that happens in North America that has similar problems to Anime Expo, but has a lot of solutions for them. And of the many problems they have, it's too many people. And that's not exaggeration. Let's look at last year with the attendance of over 300,000 people attending. You can only imagine what it must have looked like in the convention center. But no joke, there was a reason why people call Anime Expo LineCon, because of the amount of people that go there. Hell, I'll say this to the end of days. 2019 was the worst Anime Expo I've ever been to, and how bad the lines was. I remember I waited. I got there at 5:30 a.m. in the morning, people. In the morning, sun hasn't even came up yet. And I know you're probably thinking, is it that serious to get there at 5 in the morning? Yes it is. People get there way early, from 5:30 a.m. I didn't get in until 11:45. And if you don't know about LA in the summer, and me personally being a dude who hates the hot weather, I was so burnt. First thing I did when I got in was go to the chill lounge, and even that was packed. And at that moment in 2019, I felt like this was truly so much. And mind you, this was before that big old pandemic that happened. That took about 2 years before anything was able to open. I was glad to not face the crowd for those 2 years, but I knew it was going to be bad coming back. And why do I say that? Well, let me explain. You see, during the pandemic, people were bored at home. They had to pick up a lot of hobbies. One of the things was watching anime, something not new to a lot of us here, but to the casuals that got into anime, they got into anime, which is cool. You know, more people coming in. Anime got so popular, and it became such a common thing to watch that the community got an influx of new fans. And like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm not one to gatekeep, but with newer fans means more people, and some things new fans of anything want to do is go to the big events, whether that's sports, theater, wrestling, you know, anything that has a big gathering of people. Again, if you like it, go for it. Who am I to stop you? And I think Anime Expo tried at some point to fix the oversaturation of people by introducing Anime Expo Chibi, a smaller convention, but the majority would not go, but there's a few reasons why. Some might not want to spend more money after the main Anime Expo. Others might not know the existence of Anime Expo Chibi. Personally, I haven't gone to Anime Expo Chibi for some of those reasons. It's not that I don't want to go, it's just after Anime Expo, to be honest, I'm gearing up to go to LA Comic-Con, which is in a few months after Anime Expo. But I think with time and the right team, Anime Expo Chibi might become as big as Anime Expo itself. And that might be a good thing at first, but it can also backfire. Now let's pinpoint the problems I've been seeing when it comes to Anime Expo. Line con. Yes, it is no surprise that the lines of Anime Expo is no joke. Probably the most notable thing in this convention in general. There's a reason, like I said before, there's a reason why people call this line con. You have people stretched out for miles wrapping around the convention center 3 times over, just waiting. And I can only go by my experiences, but like I said earlier, 2019 was the worst Anime Expo I've ever been to because of the lines alone. And because of waiting in line for that long, I kind of figured how to get in faster. Will I ever say that? No, some things you gotta gatekeep, like I said. And it's nothing too crazy. You just gotta find the right line. But with the lines, Anime Expo can actually fix it this year. I heard from the grapevine that there's only gonna be 5 points of entry this year. And for the people that don't know, when you enter Anime Expo, you have to scan your badge and go through a metal detector. I get why they do that. That's another time wait, which is insane. There's a bunch of other entries that you have to go through, but that wait is insane. And truth be told, there's a bunch of other entries in the convention center that they can use from the south to the west hall, and it's always the first day that's the worst because everyone, and I mean everyone, wants to get into the entertainment hall first. And the thing that Anime Expo does for the first day is after waiting hours to get in, they make you wait for the annual ceremony they have, where they have like these Japanese style drum beats going off, and it's cool. I get the ceremony, you know, like they want to celebrate with everyone, let everyone know that they're a part of the community. But if there's not enough room to get in, you're just waiting outside for about another 50 minutes, not knowing what's the holdup. How would I fix the lines? Like I said, I would just open up more entries. Like I said, there is a bunch of other entries to get in. That's why I'll focus when it comes to lines. Overcrowding. This is piggybacking off the line cons topic, but overcrowding is really ridiculous. And that's something that Anime Expo has the ability to control, but they tend not to. And every year it's just gonna get worse and worse. If you don't believe me, just look up any vlog of this convention, and let me tell you something. When I say Anime Expo has a bigger audience than San Diego Comic-Con, that's because I'm not lying. San Diego Comic-Con last year had about 150,000 less attendees. San Diego Comic-Con literally had half. Now, if we ever did a year when it's just half of that, I think Anime Expo would have been way smooth to attend to, and that's just insane. And the community has been vocal about this overcrowding situation, but does Anime Expo do anything? No, they just keep selling badges and just hoping just to get that last dime at the last minute. And they're also rising up the prices, which brings me to my another point: prices. So Anime Expo is expensive, like really expensive, from buying your badges to surviving the whole weekend. I talk about that a lot in my do's and don'ts video. If you haven't watched it, go watch it if you're going to Anime Expo for the first time. I said an easy budget is about $500, but now that's not even good, because let's be real, everyone who's going to Anime Expo is going to be buying everything and anything they could get their grubby little hands on. From the merchandise to the art, food, but everything is expensive. Like, for example, there's a thing called the beer garden. That's where adults like to go and have a beer and chill out if there's any room, because that's also overcrowded. A regular can of beer is $9. A regular can, like a can you could probably get for $5 or $3. Honestly, for $9, I wouldn't blame anyone if they crashed out. And I could kind of understand the overpricing, because they have so many big name brands pop out from Crunchyroll to Sega, showcasing so many of the stuff they gotta do. But we gotta lower the prices, Anime Expo. Please listen. Believe it or not, there was a time where a 4-day badge cost you about 70 bucks. Like, no, I'm serious. Even now, 70 bucks won't even cover one day, which is a reality check for some, because can they lower the prices? Personally and honestly, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. In a few years, it will cost about 300 for a full weekend. And if that ever happens, where I have to spend 300 bucks on 4 days, these badges better suck and fuck me for 300. I better get a devil fruit of my choosing for $300 for a convention. Next point I'm gonna be talking about is the people. So this doesn't really have to do with the event. It's more of the people attending. And boy, let me get started with the people who attend and don't have any common sense, have no common courtesy. Some of the things they'll do is like grimy stuff, like cutting lines, smell nasty, don't even take a shower before leaving, you animal. And actually, there were some people harassing the cosplayers. Like, don't do that. Let them be. If you want to take a pictures of them, cool. Ask first. I know people tend to get drunk and sneak booze and alcohol. And look, I mean, I did that last year and I'm gonna do that this year. But if you can't handle your alcohol, don't drink. Then you become a problem for other people. And another thing is the scalpels. Buying out the exclusive stuff to flip for a profit. Yeah, I think personally you should be stoned by anime figures. And this is more precaution, but the people who are children, please be careful when bringing them. It's so easy to lose people in crowds, especially that large. Like when I go to Anime Expo with my friends, there was an inside joke that I'm Zoro because how fast they lose me. And with someone with the body of Queso over here getting lost, you can only imagine a small child just disappearing. Also, remember what I said about the LA heat? Yeah, we need more water dispensers. I believe there's about 3 main ones and then some water fountains throughout the convention center here and there. That's why I always say bring a water container. So what can us, the people, and more importantly, Anime Expo, do to improve the future of this convention? Well, I have a few ideas, but I know a lot of people, and I mean a lot, would not be a fan of it, but it must be done. To start, let's tackle the large crowds. We gotta start at the beginning and have limited badge sales instead of just selling to the last few weeks. Selling to the last few weeks might have worked before when Anime Expo was a smaller or medium-sized convention, but now it's not the same. There's too many people that want to go and there's not enough space. Anime Expo badges usually drops the beginning of the year, which is good, but I would have it that they end around May. And the way how I do it gives about 2 months till the actual event. And another thing I would do is something that San Diego Comic-Con does, and that's reserving badges for people who's been going. San Diego Comic-Con usually have you make an account with them and let you know when badges are going on sale, and you will be able to be first in line. If that was the case, I will cap 2 badges per person. And I know for people who never gone would take a hit from this, but oh well. This is a hard pill to swallow. I like Anime Expo, but with the massive crowding, the overpriced everything, and the weirdos, Anime Expo can honestly just disappear, and I don't want that. But another thing I would do with the badge sales, I will have it that tickets should go on sale in the beginning of the year. And for the first 3 months, that should only be reserved for people who has gone before and they could buy their badges. And the last month and a half could be for the people who've never went. That's how I'll do badge sales. But I'll also be limiting badges to at least 150,000 people at max. But I doubt people are gonna care about this solution. And I honestly don't know if Anime Expo hears these problems, they could change them for later down the line. One thing I love about it is everyone from all over coming together just to nerd out. Like, that's such a cool thing to me. Having fun and just appreciating Anime Expo for being the event to host it. And I hope to be able to go to more of these more down the line. But that's gonna be the video. What do y'all think? Can we get a change for the future when it comes to Anime Expo, or just get nothing? Like I said, I will be going this year and I hope to see you all there. And Anime Expo, if you're listening, how about you hook your boy up with some free badges next year? A little scratch my back, scratch yours, you know? So if you like the video, don't forget to leave a like and tell me, are you going this year and are you cosplaying? Let me know in the comments down below. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos, and also don't forget to check out the GD1 channel if just to go watch them vlogs and the cosplay compilations, or just in general. And if you need some advice for Anime Expo, please go check out the video I've done, the do's and don'ts of Anime Expo. So till the next one, peace.